Right, I'm going to show you how to round this number, 6,384, to a various number of significant figures. To look for significant figures, we start on the left and we move through the number till we find the first non-zero number. So here, 6 is the first significant figure. So if I was going to round this to one significant figure, I'm thinking it's going to start with a 6. But, although I've written that, I must check to see if the next number is going to make it round or not. Well, this one is 3, which is less than 5, so the 6 stays the same. Now, the mistake that some people make is that they just leave it as 6. If I said to you, can you round 6,384? Can I say that again? Say that.
Yeah. Right, just go now. Ready? Go.
Just go. The mistake that some people make is that they just write 6 as the answer. Now, I don't know about you, but if you look at this number, 6,384, 6 isn't really very much like it. So you must remember to add the zeros. Now 6,000 is much more like it. 6,384 is quite close to 6,000. So that's one significant figure. If we do it to two significant figures, we move across the number. That's the second significant figure. So I'm going to write 6. Now the next number is 3, but before I write it, I must check the next number. Now 8 is 5 or larger, therefore that 3 becomes a 4. I can't leave it at 64 because that's nothing like 6,384, so I put the zeros on the end to keep it as a good estimate. So that's two significant figures. The last one, I'm going to do three significant figures. That's going to start the same, 6, 3. The third significant figure, which is 8. Before I write it, I must check the next one, which is 4. 4 is less than 5, and so that stays as an 8. I stick a note on, ending up with 6,380, the three significant figures. I'm going to show you how to round to a number of significant figures. There's only really one rule you have to use when you're doing this. If you start on the left and you travel across the number, when you get to the first number that isn't a 0, that's the first significant figure. So here we go like this, eventually we get to 8. 8 is the first significant figure, then all the other ones after that are significant regardless of what they are. So to one significant figure, it will be 0. This is our first significant figure, and just like always when we're rounding, we look at the next number, which is a 4. That's less than 5, and therefore the 8 doesn't round, it stays as an 8. That's one significant figure. If I was going to round it to two significant figures, I would write 0. Now, that's the first significant figure, that's the second significant figure. First one's not going to change. This is the second significant figure. What's the number after it? 7. That is 5 or bigger, and therefore this 4 becomes a 5. That's two significant figures. Now I can round it to three significant figures. So it's going to start the same, 0. And this is the third significant figure. So it's going to be 8, 4. And this 7, will this 7 change or not? But the next number, 6, is 5 or larger, and therefore the 7 becomes an 8. That's three significant figures. I'm going to show you how to round this number to a different number of significant figures using the same rule as normal. What we do is we start on the left-hand side and move across the number until we come to the first non-zero digit. So that's 0, that's 0. So this is the first non-zero digit, which is 4. So to one significant figure, this would be 0.00. I want to write 4 there, but I must check the number after it, which is 0. That's less than 5, and therefore I just write 0.004 to one significant figure. Okay, I'm going to round it to two significant figures now, so I'm going to get started by writing some of the number out that I know is going to stay the same. So I start here, that's the first significant figure. The second significant figure is a 0, so I write the 4. Now I want to write 0 here, but I must check. Well, the number next to it is a 6. That's 5 or larger, and therefore this must round up to be a 1. So to two significant figures, it's 0.0041. I'll do it to three significant figures just to finish off. Write down this bit, because that's going to stay the same. Across here, that's the first significant, second, and the third significant figure is a 6. So 4, 0. Before I write the 6, I check the number next to it, which is 8. So the 6 rounds up to a 7. three significant figures.